Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the SET Digital Roadshow today to discuss our GPT full year result presentations. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jutamas Ingpochai, is the head of the IR department, and Kunvira Titiyang Karubong, also being the manager of the IR department. I'd like to start on the our agenda today. Turning to our agenda on the slide 3, firstly I will briefly introduce GFPT profiles, and then Kunvira will run through the last year financial results, and then I will briefly talk about the outlook and the guidance for the next year. And we will be very happy to answer your question anytime if you may have during the presentations. Turning to the slide 6, GFPT Group is a vertical integrated chicken production starting from feed mills, grandparent breeder farms, boiler farm, and chicken processing plant and further processing plant. GFPT is listed in the Stock Exchange of Thailand under the agribusiness. And last year, our latest CG score is 5 symbols, and we also certified to be the member of the Anti-Corruption or the CAC. Our latest price yesterday is about 13.7 baht per share. Our high and low for the during 52 weeks is about 12.5 to 22.10 baht per shares. Our share outstanding is about 1.2 billion shares and par at 1 baht per shares. The market cap is about 17 billion baht. We have free float portion about 44.19%. The foreign shareholders, we have about 14.72%. And we have the limit about 49%. And our dividend policy is not to pay not more than 50% of the separated financial results after all deductions. So it would be paid from the GFPT financial performance only. And looking at the shareholding structure, we have Siri Mokon Kasem family as the founding members of the families, hold about 55%, 25% local individuals, 13% of foreign funds, and 6% of the local funds, and 1% as the foreign individuals. And this slide discuss about our group timeline. GFPT Group has been in the poultry business during 1981. We have been in the business for more than 30 years. We started out as a slaughterhouse for export chicken meat to the international market. And then during 1990s, we become a vertical integration by having our own breeder farms, boiler farms, feed mills, and sausage factory. And then in 1992, we become a listed company in the Stock Exchange of Thailand under the abbreviation of GFPT. 1 year later, we have the first joint venture with Keystone Food Corporation, which is the US-based company, to set up McKee Food Services Thailand to produce the chicken nugget, chicken patty for the McDonald's store in the Asia Pacific regions. And then again in 2003, we have another backward integration by having our own grandparent breeder farms. 2008 is another big year for us that we have the new feed mill in Chonburi. This would help us to improve the chicken feed quality. And also it's the same year we announced our second joint venture with Nishirei Food Incorporations, which is the Japanese-based company, to set up GFPT Nishirei Thailand Company Limited, which is the chicken slaughterhouse and further processing factory to export the cooked product to Japan and other international markets. 2010, we do the stock split from 10 baht to 1 baht per shares. And recently, last year, 2017, we have the expansion of our sausage capacity. And also, McKee, the joint venture also finished the construction of their new further processing plant. The slide 8 mentioned about our current group structure, which is very simple. GFPT is a parent company and also operate chicken slaughterhouse and further processing factories. We only have 5 subsidiaries and 2 joint ventures. Each subsidiaries handle each aspect of the vertical integrations. And the two joint ventures that we have is McKee and GFN. We own GFPT both own 49%. So the performance of McKee is equity. We take equity method into our P&L. With this slide, we explain about our fully vertical integration. And to start it out, as I mentioned earlier, the feed mill. Today we have two feed mill facilities we call KT1 and KT2. KT1 is the old feed mills. Today we only produce animal feed and aquatic feeds for domestic market. And the KT2, we produce only the chicken feed for internal use only. For the farm facilities, we have 3 generations of the farm. We have grandparent breeder farms, parent breeder farms, and boiler farms. First of all, we normally import the grandparent day-old chicks from overseas to raise them, like the cycle. The life cycle of the grandparent and parent breeder is around 60 to 65 weeks, and the boiler we raise about 40 to 42 days. To gain when they get the target weight, then we deliver them to the slaughterhouse. And the slaughterhouse, we have GFPT and GFN. At the primary pen or slaughterhouse, we separate the chicken meat into main meat and byproducts. The main meat is chicken breast, chicken inner fillet, the leg meat, and the wings part, which can be sold in the domestic market as the main products, and also can be exported as as fresh frozen product to the international market. And we also have the further processing factory at McKee, GFPT, and GFN. The main meat will be cooked and produced as chicken nugget, chicken burger, karaage, and also steam roast meat to export to the EU and Japan as well. And therefore today, as of currently, our product lines has categorized into 3 categories: feed, farm, food. For the feed, we have animal feed that sells to the domestic market as swine feed, layer hen feed, duck feed, cow feed, and also the chicken feed. For the aquatic feed, we have fish feed and shrimp feed. For the farm products, we have day-old chicks and live broiler. The day-old chick is sales to local market, and the live broiler we sell to GFPT and GFN only. We don't sell any live broiler to outside. For the food business, we have the chicken meat and chicken parts for domestic market. And for the cooked products, such as the fully cooked nugget, fully cooked karaage, breaded, and steam roast product, that's for export. And we also have the sausage products that sells in the domestic market under our own brand. This slide mentioned about the snapshot of financial during the year 2017. Last year we have the consolidated revenues about 16.7 billion baht, a bit increase from last year. But our CAGR growth for the past 10 years is about 8%. And our revenue can be broken down into the business segment as 50% in food, 20% in feed, and 30% in farm. And we can also break down in terms of the products, starting from the top right, dark blue color. Chicken export is the direct chicken export, about 25%, also consists of the cooked and the fresh products. And second item is the chicken indirect export, about 10%. This portion is the fresh chicken meat that we sell to OEM factory, and then they'll cook them and re-export. And we have the chicken byproduct sale in the domestic market, about 11%. The sausage food is about 5%. Animal feed 11%. Fish feed is 5%. And shrimp feed is 3%. The live broiler that we sell to GFN is about 26%. And the day-old chick is 4%. So if we separate into the destination of export and domestic, we have 25% export, 75% domestic. And the revenue by currency, we have 24% in US dollar, 1% in euro, and 75% in Thai baht. GFPT market position last year, we ranked number 2 for the Thai chicken industry exports, and GFPT Group's Counting GFPT, GFN, and McKee altogether contribute about 13% of the total Thailand export last year. Comparing to the production side, GFPT Group only raised and also processed chicken only 6% of the Thai chicken production as a whole country. For the export destination for GFPT, we export mainly to Japan, about 60%, EU about 29%, and other countries about 11%. The other country would consist of Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea. In terms of the product type, we export mostly in cooked 82% and raw about 18%. And next, I will hand over to Kun Virat to talk about detail of financial result of last year.
Yeah, good morning. On slide 14, GFPT consolidated revenue in year 2017 was 16.9 billion baht. Revenue from chicken meat processing was 7.6, increase of 345 million baht, or 4.8% increase year-on-year from increasing in our export volume about 2,300 metric tons, 8% increase from the previous year. And next is the revenue from farm business was 5.2 billion baht, increased by 488 million baht, 10.4% increase year-on-year due to higher live broiler sales to GFN. And revenue from processed food was 826 million baht, decreased by 70 million baht, 7.8% down from previous year due to the lower sales volume for the domestic market. And the last one, revenue from feed segment was 3.4 billion baht, decreased by 528 million baht, down by 13.5% due to the decrease from both animal feed and aqua feed by 12% and 7% respectively. Next, on page 15, we'll focus more on our income statement as of 2017. As I mentioned, the top line revenue was 16.9 billion baht, slightly increased by 235 million baht, a 1.4% increase year-on-year. The next, cost of goods sold was 14.15 billion baht, slightly decreased by 40 billion baht, 0.3% year-on-year, mainly from the lower feed material cost, particularly from the corn price, which is one of the major raw material. And gross profit increased from 2.5 billion baht in 2016 to 2.8 billion baht in 2017, 11% growth year-on-year, mainly from the lower feed cost and higher export of cooked chicken product. Other income in 2017 decreased by 12 million baht, or 3.5% down from 2016, from the lower gain of exchange rate. SG&A in terms of percentage a bit increased from 7.5 to 7.8% from higher freight costs from the higher export volume. And profit from associated company was 272 million baht, decreased by 99 million baht, 27% decrease from previous year. And profit from McKee was 172 million baht, down from 236 million baht from 2016, mainly from the high pre-operating costs in 2017 from the new further processing factory that's just booked in the fourth quarter last year. And totally, the net profit of GFPT Group was 1.75 billion baht, about 105 million baht increase from 2016. And net profit margin a bit increased from 9.85 in 2016 to 10.3 in 2017. Slide 16 will show you more on our financial ratio. Our key financial ratio consists of GP margin, EBITDA margin, and the net profit margin. And all of our margin is quite high comparing to the past 5 years. Starting from the GP margin in 2017 was 16.4, increased from 15% from the lower feed material cost and also higher export volume. And EBITDA margin also increased from 18.6 to 19.4 in 2017, as well as the net profit margin increased from 9.8 to 10.3. On page 17, the earning per share in 2017 was 1.39, a bit increase from 1.3 in 2016. ROE in 2017 quite similar to 2016, about 10.4, as well as the ROE or return of equity a bit decreased from 2016 due to the higher portion of shareholders' equity. For our dividend policy, as of 2017, we pay about 0.3 baht per share, equal to 21.5 in terms of dividend payout ratio, a bit decreased from last year because we would like to reserve some portion for our capex. And move to page 20. EBIT as of 2017 was 2,051 million baht, about 4.7% increase, and the depreciation of the grandparent and parent chicken was 570 million baht, about 5.8% decrease, as well as the depreciation and amortization in 2017 was 654 million baht, about 9% increase from 2016. Totally, the EBITDA of our GFPT group equal to 276 million baht, about 180 million baht increase from 2016. Net cash in operating activity equal to 2,455, 17.6% increase from 2016. And net cash in investing activity equal to 1,350 million baht, 16% drop from previous year. And financing activity equal to 680 million baht, about 10% drop from previous year. Finally, we have net cash increase as of 2017 was 425 million baht, about 700 million baht increase from previous year. Cash at the ending of the balance 2017 was 736 million baht, about more than 100% increase from 2016. And on page 21, as I mentioned, the total asset of our group is equal to 17.4 billion baht, consists of the current asset in amount of 5,372, the fixed assets about 11 billion baht, and short-term liability equal to about 3 billion baht, and long-term liability about 2.2 billion baht, and shareholder equity equal to 12 billion baht. And the book value of our group keep increasing for the past 5 years. As of 2017, the book value equal to 9.7 billion baht, increased from 8.6 billion baht in 2016. On page 22, we'll focus more on our liability. Total liability of our group equal to 5.2 billion baht, mostly from the short-term loan in amount of 1.8 billion baht, current portion of long-term loan 67 million baht, and long-term loan about 1.7 billion baht. Our cost of debt is about 2.1%, quite low. And DE and net DE ratio of our group is keep decreasing for the past 5 years. As of 2017, net DE ratio was only 0.29 and DE ratio about 0.4, decreased from 0.5 from last year. All of our loans are in Thai baht currency only. We have no exposure in terms of foreign exchange rate.
Our 2018 investment budget is about 1 billion to 1.2 billion. We focus more on the broiler farm, breeder farms, and primary plant, which is our capex is a little bit increased from the past 5 years because we have a big major expansion plan. For the broiler expansion plan, in the 5 years from now, 2020, we actually plan to increase the number of the birds as the key growth of the company to increase about 10% or 20,000 birds a day a year until year 2020 to reach the target number of 380,000 birds a day. And we have, as the group GFPT, we have the expansion plan for the next 3 to 5 years. The recent project that has been done last year is McKee Food Services Thailand, as the first joint venture just finished their construction of their second further processing plant in the Greenfield project in Chonburi. So this year we would have more export volume from McKee as well. And for GFN, they increased the slaughtering capacity to reach the number of the bird at 150,000 birds a day last year as well. And also they installed the new cooking facility. So we anticipate to see more export from GFN as well. And for the future project of GFPT Group for the next 5 years, we continue to increase number of the birds. So we will expand our broiler farms, as I mentioned earlier. And next would be, once we have the number of the bird until like 380,000, so it means that we have the we will need a new slaughterhouse, which we are target to finish the construction by the year 2020 with the capacity of 100,000 birds a day for the slaughter rate. And after that, as the second phase of the construction, we will also construct a further processing plant for our own GFPT plant, and with the cooking capacity of 24,000 metric tons by the year 2020. And that would be our expansion plan for the future. And these photos just show you the update of what we are constructing. The first left photo is our new slaughterhouse that today we do the piling work. And the lower photos would be the supporting facility like water reservoir, water treatment, and also dormitories. And this is the photo of the construction of McKee new plants. This is the today is running, already start running and take order for the first quarter. And next would be, I will discuss about the global broiler meat market, as Thailand ranked number 10 in the global chicken producer, and also ranked number 4 in terms of the chicken export in the global market. And Thailand normally export mostly to Japan as well, export about 53%, to EU about 35%, and other country about 12%. And Thailand broiler export also focus a little bit more in cook, about 68%, and also be able to export as raw, about 32%. And this slide shows you the historical data of 40 years of Thai chicken meat export. You may see that the Thai chicken export has been very strong in the global market. However, the Thai chicken export has a big impact on the bird flu, and therefore many chicken integrator has to switch from fresh frozen to fully cooked. But then I think our industry has been resilient and also be able to come back as export a lot of cooked product until another good sign is the EU and the Japan has lifted the ban for Thai fresh frozen when Thailand doesn't have any bird flu incident during the 2009. And therefore, last year we have, as Thailand export reached historical high, have the export number reach 800,000 metric tons. And this year, the total industry anticipate to export about 810,000 metric tons this year. This slide shows you just the top 10 selected country in the global market in terms of the production, export, and import. Looking at the left, upper left, US is the number 1 ranking in terms of the global production of the chicken, followed by Brazil and EU and China. And Thailand ranked number 10, and we only produce about 2-3% of the total global productions. And looking at the global export number, Brazil is ranking number 1, followed by US and EU, and Thailand ranked number 4 in terms of the global export of chicken meat market. For the global importers, Japan is a major country of import a lot of chicken meat in the world, and followed by Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and EU also being another major country that import chicken meat from Thailand, so ranked number 4. And this slides show the commodity price of several products relating to the chicken industry, particularly on the corn price, as corn is the major raw material of the feeds. Corn price in 2017 is about 8.2 baht, slightly decreased from last year. However, if you're looking at the fourth quarter and January, corn price start to increase due to the regulation of the government that they impose the importation of the wheat that the feed mill company need to buy 3% of the corn domestically in order to import the wheat from international market. So that is the key reason why the corn price slightly increased during the fourth quarter to January. And the soybean price last year is about 14.6, a slightly decreased from last year at 15.1. Soybean price also slightly increased, followed by the global price. For the broiler price at the farm gate for domestic market in Thailand, last year the broiler price is around 34 baht. 34 baht, slightly decreased from 35 baht last year. And looking at the current price today is around 32 baht, slightly decreased from since the fourth quarter of last year. The day-old chick price last year about 16.8 baht per chicks, and the current price is around 11.5. And the chicken export price is quite sustained. Last year average for the Japan market is around $4,700 per metric ton, and the EU is about $3,700 per metric tons, and current price is relatively equal to the price of last year. And our guidance for next year, our management set a guidance that the top line revenue will grow about 5% from the 2017 revenues based on higher export and also higher meat sales and live broiler sales to GFN. The GP margin, we provide guidance around 14 to 15%, a little bit lower than the actual GP margin of last year due to the higher feed cost, particularly from the corn price. For the SG&A financial cost, effective tax rate is actually the same number as last year result. And CapEx, as I mentioned earlier, we budget around 1 to 1.2 billion baht this year. And the key factor that we suggest to closely monitor for this year is the feed material cost increase, particularly the corn price, the oversupply of the Thai chicken production in Thailand, and Thai baht appreciation that would affect on the revenues of export, and also the government regulation on the minimum wage increase. So that would be, actually this slide is just shows statistic of the volume sales of our business. And if you have any questions for the presentation, I would be very happy to answer you. I think we may not have any question at the moment, but if anyone would like to have more information about GFPT Group or have any question, you can visit our website at www.gfpt.co.th or contact our IR department. And thank you for your attention for listening into this digital roadshow from the set. Thank you.
Thank you.